Welcome back to SnowRunner, y'all, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at a 2008 Ford F150 mod by YaBuddy. Now, this particular generation of Ford trucks has really not been necessarily covered all that much in the modding community for this game. It's been covered some by a couple of different mod creators, but really, we haven't seen all that many of these trucks. Now, if you guys would like more specific information on this particular truck, you can use the link to YaBuddy's Discord server in the description box down below. Now, the list of customization options for this truck is so insanely long that what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put a timestamp on the screen to where if you guys would like to skip ahead to where the driving begins, you'll be fully free to do that if you would rather not watch the full customization breakdown, because just a fair warning, it's going to be fairly long because there's a lot of customization to go into on this truck. Now, what you're looking at right now is the base setup on 35-inch KO2s. There's a set of kind of stock-looking wheels and tires, but I wanted to kind of get it out of the garage on at least an aftermarket set of wheels and tires. And from here, we're going to fire it up, get it into the garage, and then we're going to go through all the customization options. Then we're going to get it outside and put it through some tests and see what this thing is all about. It sounds really, really good, too. All right, let's go and get it in the garage. There's a little bit of a tire screech sound as well if you hit the brakes, especially like if you hit them while you're going really, really fast. I know it can be kind of an out-of-nowhere sound sometimes, but I think it's one of those things that once you get used to hearing it, you realize what it is. So let's go into the customization options. Now, stock-wise, that's going to be a vanilla-focused engine, like kind of a vanilla game tune. You're going to be on a B+ power-to-weight rating with that. Then you have a upgraded engine, which is going to get you around 500 horsepower and a S+ power-to-weight rating. Then it's going to go up to the top performance engine, which is 1100 horsepower, and of course, still retaining the S+ power to weight rating, because, I mean, the power to weight rating doesn't really, it's obviously not going to change between the 500 horsepower and the 1100 horsepower, but the performance is going to change a ton. It's just the rating that doesn't change. So, for the sake of this build, we're going to go with the 1100 horsepower option. Now, gearbox-wise, you have stock, highway, and off-road. For the purposes of this test, we're going to go with the highway transmission because it's going to have the higher speed gear ranges, and it's also going to have the off-road ranges still in your low range. It's just not going to be off-road optimized throughout the entire gearbox. Now, suspension options. This is where things get really interesting. So you have the stock suspension, which still has an active lift for the rear. So if you want to leave it on this particular height, you can still raise the rear of the truck to help support the weight of a, say, a pull-behind trailer. Now, you also have the tow lift, which that's for if you're going to be putting a lot of weight on it. You can see the truck jumps up a lot. Then you have the YB trail suspension. This one is going to be a little bit more flex focused. And then you have lift 3, which looks like it's going to be a little bit more overall lift height focused. Now, for this particular test, we're going to go with the YB trail suspension. Now, tires wise, this is where this gets nuts. This is where this gets absolutely insane. And if some of you guys are like, oh my God, that tire list goes on forever, it really does. Now, once we go through all of the 35s, I'm not going to cover every single tire size because essentially the list repeats, but what we're going to do is we're going to go through all of the tires in the 35-inch category, of course, apart from the all-terrains, and then once we get to the mud terrains, we'll look at the 35s on those, and then we'll choose what final size we want. Now, in the all-terrain category, we have these Wayfinders. They are POG tires, and you can have them in a 35, a 41, or a 47. Now, off-road-wise, these are what is going to come on this vehicle stock, the Expedition HTs. Then the list starts or goes on to the Maxxis Rockzillas. You have, let's see, what are these? Mickey Thompson Baja MTZs, BFG, I think these are KM3s. They're basically just BFG MTs. You have Baja KRs, you have Baja Claws, you have KO2s, you have, these look like, kind of like a Toyo Open Country RT. Then, dude, the list just keeps going and going and going. You have some more Baja style tires, you have more BFGs, and you have, literally, you have some BFGs CFG Baja Pros. There are so many freaking options here that as we go down the list, you literally have everything from Baja ready, like race tires, to military tires, to all-terrains, to like kind of hybrid type tires, and basically everything in between, all starting on different types of wheels as well, which will then expand into all sorts of different types of wheels that you can choose. And I believe that some of these may be different offsets as well, which the fact that you have that much customization and that much choice is absolutely gnarly. And then as you can see, it goes to these deep dish wheels, which are also going to be slightly wider offset. Now, if we keep going on down the list, then it's going to get to more 35-inch Pog tire options. Oh my gosh, dude. Like, this is literally, it just keeps going. Holy smokes. Those Patagonias look sick. There are so many options. Like, and this is a completely different set of deep dish wheels. And keep in mind that on most of these, you don't have to keep that wheel. You can go in and select whatever wheel you want from a list. This is absolutely nuts. This just keeps going and going. And we're still in the 35s. That's nuts. That is absolutely freaking ridiculous. We are still in the 35s. We are still in the 35s. Now, I'm pretty sure, and there it is. That's where it goes up to the 41s. That is absolutely nuts, dude. Now, for the purposes of this test, I think we're going to stick with the 41s. We're not going to go all the way up to max size. We're going to kind of strike a balance in the middle. But what I would like to check out is I would like to check out some of the options for these wheels that are a little bit further down. Maybe not the specialties, but what I do want to see is I want to see what wheel options we have if we go with these Patagonias. Now, I know that we're on a deep dish wheel right now, but I want to see if they give us any other available options. God, those are chunky, dude. Like, that is wild. Now, in the frame add-ons, you've got a gooseneck hitch. You've got a CB antenna. Oh, dude, holy crap. You have a bed cap option that you can go with if you want. And I'm kind of back and forth on whether or not I want to do the bed cap. We might do that in a future video. Now, you have, let's see, the fender flares. You have a chrome grille, a blacked out grille, a, let's see, covered grille. Interesting. Custom chrome grille, which actually kind of follows through with the headlights. Let's do the custom blacked out grille. Then you have a hitch for the back. We'll do like just a standard pull behind hitch and a roof rack with a bunch of supplies. That's something I'll definitely use a little bit later on if we're doing a overland build. Now, you can do a chase rack, which the chase rack looks amazing, and I think it really fits this build really, really nicely. So we'll go ahead and do that. And you have an option to roll the windows up as well. I'm going to leave them down, but if you do want to put them up, the option is there. Now, front bumpers wise, you've got your stock bumper, and then it gives you, let's see, bumper 1, bumper 2, bumper 3. Yo, that's a full-on pre-runner setup, dude. Ooh, I really like bumper 4 as well. I'm going to go with the pre-runner setup. That looks so sick. Now, light bar wise, there's, again, a million options, basically. So let's see. Bumper light bar center. Oh, they're up in the grill. Oh, my God. And you can double them up? Holy crap. That's nuts. That is absolutely wild. Holy crap, dude. That is so many. Whoa! And the amount of wheels that you have to choose from when you're running these particular tires is insane. Look at these Fuel Zephyrs, by the way. I don't know if they're going to work with our color combo, but they still look sick. Oh my God. The list literally keeps going and going and going. And, like, all sorts of different wheel styles as well. I think what we're going to do is we're going to do the IR Beadlock 2. I actually really dig those, and I think they look amazing on this truck. Now, as far as color options go, really the sky's the limit as far as what color options you want to go with. I mean, nothing as far as, color options-wise goes, nothing really looks bad on this truck. Like, you could literally paint it just about whatever you wanted to paint it, and it would still come out looking really, really good. I like the black on red, but I also like the blue, and what's cool is the lift bracket, like the, oh God, all sorts of different things, like literally pieces of the lift will change color, the little accents on the King shocks will change color, pieces of the engine will change color, all sorts of things really on this thing will change color. Let's see if we can maybe meet somewhere in the middle with a nice either orange or maybe like a darker blue. I really like the darker blue. That looks really, really good. And now we get to take it out and drive it for the first time, which, by the way, this thing looks absolutely wild. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it to the main test track where we're going to be able to test out basically all different aspects of this truck. But before we do that, we're going to send it through the mud and high and see what happens. Come on. Feathering the throttle just a little bit. It's starting to get bogged down a touch, but not completely. And keep in mind, we're not on the biggest tires we could be. Oh my God. It wheelies out of there, and then it starts to slow down a little bit in the second mud pit. That's really, really good. That is amazing, actually. Like, that's proper top-notch performance. And I'm sure that with taller tires and the off-road gearbox, we would be able to power through the rest of that mud pit. So let's go ahead and see what this thing can run around the test track. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh, boy. We will probably pick up some damage doing this, but I'm actually going to try to put in a really good time. It's actually doing really well through the rocks. I just got to make sure we're pointing it the right direction. The suspension tuning, by the way, is top tier. Absolutely, like, top-notch, top tier. Oh, God. When you lock those tires up, they are definitely loud. Oh, boy. Now, let's see if I can get just floated right over those logs in high, which actually I was able to pretty well. Let's see if we can modulate our approach speed. No! I tried to approach it in high, but all it wanted to do was stall. No! Holy, what kind of physics response was that? All right, we're gonna winch it back over. Thankfully, we have basically, well, I hesitate to say unlimited winch distance. We have pretty good winch distance. It's not unlimited, but it's pretty freaking good. I'm not really going to stop to repair. I don't really need to bother with that right now, although we should be able to pick up enough speed, oh yeah, to fully clear the containers. Clearing the containers with the highway gearbox in high is not an issue. All right, let's ease it on up to here. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. Holy nosedive. The biggest thing I'm trying to be careful about is using the brakes too much, because I really don't want to use the brakes so much that it destroys my momentum. Floating my way over the logs, and also trying to stay out of the deeper mud on the sides. A little bit of, oh boy. When I pulled up, I was like, please do not stall it. Yep, auto mode is going to be the way to go right here. The wheelbase is not a fan of the spacing of these barrels, but that's okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to work our way up onto these logs, and then we're going to float our way over the rest of them. There we go. Modulate the throttle nice and easy. Oh my God. All right. Well, we're going to put it back in automatic mode going up the hill because apparently it wanted to launch itself up into the sky. Almost there. Almost there. Here we go. All right. Back down the hill and trying to line up with the rocks. At least line up in such a way that we're not going to ruin our momentum. All right. Floating up and over it. There we go. Not bad. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Come on. Come on. Come on. Full send, and let's see if it'll stay stable off this jump. Is it going to nosedive? Not really. Not enough for it to be an issue. And I didn't really expect it to, but I really wanted to see what it would do. That's why I just left the throttle completely pinned coming up to that jump. Because sometimes you have to be a little bit careful how much throttle you have in the truck when you leave the top of that jump. But this thing, not even an issue. All you have to do is just leave it planted pretty much. All right. Full beans down the hill. I'm just going to put it in high. If you're in the high, like if you've got the highway gearbox, you might as well just put it in high rather than leaving it in automatic mode. And that's what this, that's definitely what this run is telling me. All right, up and over as far as we can go. Not bad. Little bit of jumping around, but that's all right. Now, if we could bounce our way through the rocks in such a way that we don't get hung up. Perfect. Almost. Oh my God. Almost there. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I am so focused right now. I'm genuinely trying to not bin this thing because it's got a ton of torque, especially with like the top engine tune, but it's also like you kind of have to wait for the power to build. Yeah, but he did a really good job with the tuning, especially getting this thing to almost simulate turbo spool, where if you've got it in high, oh my God, if you've got it in high and you floor it and you wait and you wait and you wait, eventually all the power will come in at exactly the same time, and you'll do that. Oh my god. Can you point yourself in the right direction, please and thank you? Ow. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. All right, get it out of high. I don't know why I'm still attached to that winch cable. Why do I feel like I'm not even going to get all that good of a time on this? Because I was overthinking the entire way. Almost there regardless. Let's go. Full beans. I'm going to lift to try to give myself a little bit of... Oh, let's not. Let's not. Thank you. Thank you. Probably just going to leave it in automatic for the rest of this. Because we are so close. I'm going to even use the winch to my advantage. Like, I'm not about to, like, try to negotiate through these rocks, like, going in and out of high. All right, full beans. And, all right, let's see. Oh, it doesn't give me a time because timers kind of broke after a certain DLC phase. But with that being said and done, y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed this look at this truck. I actually really, really like this thing. And I'm not even the biggest fan of this particular generation of F-150s, but still absolutely just knocked out of the park by Yeah Buddy on this one. But if you all enjoyed the video, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys next time.